What happened to the moments that threaten to leave you dormant, soiled in the not so forgetful times of torment? Do they disappear like the nightmares? Or they stick around like lives stuck in cycles of survival, never to lay to rest, never blessed or filled with deep? Head perplexed, what's next? The ideals I feel, the ideals so real, one could not, but we try, if only to deal. Let times of reveal, if only to the mere that appeals to me and to the not known. How could I? Such questions. What's more real? How could I not? Truth to kind, they stay side by side, like one in the same, yours and mine. Am I in my pain, or is my pain me? In every thought, it pokes out, ergo the sore thumb effect, threatening to overreact, to enact my puppet-like shadows, hollow to the eye, darker in plight. And so they remain, agents of saying and playing, the elephant in the room with no brain, to elate the innate-like traits one could not help but to relate. For we feel the simplest reverberations in the onset of life's spills. This, for me, I like to think of this poetry as a poetry of thought. As always, I feel like my DNA to writing is, somewhat of like a deep thinking or deep feeling, one or the other, or both in combination. But this one for sure, I would credit to thinking in depth. Testament to the moments that lingers in the mind. Yes, they may come and go, but they never really get the credit, the attention, and so they remain unseen. Expectant but never heard, like basically background noise. And so this is basically me paying attention to those ideals. And so as I was creating this, it begs the questions like, am I my pain, or is my pain me? And of course, there's many gems I felt in this one that that stood out to me, but this one for sure, I feel like everybody can sort of relate to. In my experience, or like in this experience that I'm having while writing this piece, I feel like it derived from a place of, like, for example, sometimes when things are at their darkest, basically, and you're in pure darkness, in a sense of everything you see it's almost like from a pessimistic point of view, to the point where just looking in the mirror as you're walking on road, your mindset is so distorted, to the point where you even see darkness reflected at you, even through your own eyes. I think this kind of statement, this kind of question, am I my pain or is my pain me? It gives a tribute to it. And it deserves unwrapping. So something I thought I'd highlight for thoughts and further contemplation by the listeners. And of course, I thought it best I start to promote something I have going on right now. As you know, I'm a writer, so it only made sense that poetry is promoted on this podcast. Poetry Journal, Growing Pains by Alex Murdock, out now on Amazon, in Kindle and paperback. If you need author copies signed, just reach out to me. And of course, well, I'm everywhere, in a sense of like platforms, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you need, or send an email. But my point is, I'm not hard to find, so but I would love to see people, because there's so much more that needs to be paid attention to in that book that I wrote, similar to pieces like this, where there's loads of questions, and I'm sure there's people that would love to hear or love to hear my thoughts or my expression around those questions. And I would love to hear their feedback, of course. And it will be discussed more interactively at a later date. So stay tuned and keep in touch.